Hey! Hey!
Hey guys, I guess we've been live for a little while.
What even fucking started it? What fucking started it?
We've been staring at it for that thing for like
Jesus.
15 minutes now, and it's just like, oh, we'll let you know when it's ready to start. And then I was about 4 seconds from starting up an entirely new event and having to message everybody to get everything squared away.
Egg on
and then,
our face. Yeah.
So, hey, welcome,
we are
guys,
surprised to be streaming.
to the November Hangout.
Yeah, November fucking did it.
November, it's done. We shot it. It's over.
Wow.
Yeah, amazing.
Cool.
So, hopefully this isn't coming through super weird. It doesn't look like we've dropped any frames yet, which is good.
We will. Don't worry. We will.
Our
Don't worry.
our Ethernet cord doesn't work with my laptop anymore for reasons that I don't know. We're looking into getting a PC, like a D-pad rig, at some point in the near future anyway, so that editing is easier, and this will be easier. We'd run it through that, I would assume.
We should do like a donation drive.
Yeah. Somewhere out there, there's probably somewhere that
Yeah.
you could give money, but I can't think of it off the top of my head.
Or we could just save money like real adults and get a computer.
Hey, we have mugs. And you're wearing a vest.
true.
We're real adults.
Clink.
Yeah. This is the Patreon Hangout for those of you guys that are joining us live. Hello. I see you guys there in
What's up?
our chat window, which if I look at it, looks like I'm looking at this part of the
That actually
screen.
works out.
It's pretty good. Ben, however,
Nope.
is
That
just
doesn't-
staring into
I
space.
gotta look there.
We'll have to put the camera on top of the laptop next time.
Yeah, whatever.
So yeah, we're using the old. This is the camera that we used for Five Nights at Freddy's 1.
Yes. The shit camera.
The shit cam. We may have to reinstall drivers. I have no idea.
It's taking too much time as it was anyway.
Yeah,
so.
but we're here. If you're not here live, if you're watching this after the fact, then you can head to patreon.com/dpadfm if you want to check out what we got in store, what we are offering, and all that stuff, and how to get in on this.
And give us your hard-earned cash.
I think
Mostly.
I think the next goal that's up on there is if we hit. Actually, no, it's sort of an unofficial one right now. I don't think we put it in there, but we're thinking about it. Is $50 a month? We're going to do a live recording of the D-pad reading "The Eye of Argon."
Yeah, I want to do some live readings actually.
At 150 is the Eye of Argon. I think at 200 is Superman Lives, and then at 300 is James Cameron's Spider-Man.
Amazing.
That was supposed to be some pricelessly fucking awful one. It is.
Good.
Yeah. It's very, very good.
Yeah. Good.
You might notice there's like a thing of lint in my sleeve. I'm trying to get the damn thing out.
Do you have the little
the text file
with those so we don't get off track?
Oh yeah, let me pull that up
All
here.
right.
We had a
I'm
test
bad at
file
this,
with notes and stuff. There we go. It's a little tiny, but it'll do. There we go. Speaking of it'll do, someone brought up the contest from last. Was that really only last Christmas? Holy, I think it was. We were talking when we had our.
I guess so.
Yeah. We had our 12 games of Christmas, and it'll do won the contest. It is still coming. We just make good time for it. We know vaguely when it's going to happen. It's just not yet. So, oh yeah, John's not here.
But we're
I don't
fine
know.
with that.
We're fine with that. We're usually okay with that.
It's whatever.
Yeah, it's no big deal. He doesn't have to be back ever.
Shows up sometimes.
Yeah.
Like the wind.
Yeah, and in different directions and speeds. And he really blows. Ho ho ho! It is a great joke.
It's good.
It's my favorite
Give me
joke.
a little high five.
Well, a little one.
Just a little.
There it is. Okay.
All right.
Start at the top, right?
Yeah.
So Mega Man has been on a bit of a pause after Game Gear because we've got a special thing that's coming up, and then it's uncling everything.
Right.
RPG launcher, yeah. Baba Dalgarag.
That was a good start.
Thurnuk.
You did well.
All I know is it starts with Baba Dalgara.
Baba
It's
Dalgara.
according to James Joyce, it is the sound that thunder makes.
Baba Dalgara.
Right? Yeah, that was a weird fucking
see
game. I also don't know how long it is either. So if we tried to make it happen, then I don't think it would really be a very long Let's Play. It's hard though. I can say that much.
We can look up like average play of the game, right? It's like it takes much time to complete. I don't know.
But yeah, Mega Man is, we've been recording more stuff. It's just a matter of unclogging things, and in the next, I'd say, day or two, it's going to be all set, and we'll be back to normal on that. It's actually pretty far into completion at this point. So
filming was all done for that, right?
Yeah, filming's all set.
And so
it's just editing stuff. We do have a way of playing the VHS, yes. So that's on its way. Battle Network, Transmission is on its way out as well.
For good.
Yeah, forever. And it's going to be replaced, so that'll be good. That's actually, the next game is starting up this weekend, so it'll be good times there. So 2 new Mega Man games in the immediate future.
But
Well, yeah, I was like, don't go naming them.
No.
Yeah.
But they are. There's 2 of them.
Yeah.
1, 2.
Yep. All will be revealed in the next couple of days. How many games are left in the Fright Before Christmas?
We'll get to that. God, calm down.
So the stick with was we're playing all 4 of the Five Nights at Freddy's games.
Trying to.
But alternating something else in between those.
By us, he means me.
I start them off.
That's true.
I do at least. I've gotten us through at least one night, both times, myself, and I have to be excused. So we do have a game. In fact, the next game, the one that's supposed to be going up tomorrow, might go up Friday, just because the compatibility with the game apparently ends right before Windows 10. So we have to play it on a different system and record off of that. So that's gonna be fun. It's going to be a good game, though. I have very high hopes. I've wanted to play this for about a year now.
You were saying that the developers just couldn't figure out how to get it to work on Windows 10?
Yep.
We don't know, guys. Sorry.
Yeah, pretty much. It looks like a pretty fucked up game. I'm excited. Rick's been better at keeping things in the release schedule secret. Yeah,
Rick's been great.
Yeah, John's not sitting here. That's why. I don't know if you noticed, but on a couple of those
what's going on to say anything. So.
A couple of videos in the recent past have some bleeped out bits in there because, granted, if things went as expected schedule wise, then we wouldn't have a spoiler. So it's not entirely on him, but So, Fright Before Christmas, we're expecting to have 7 games. We also expect it will not be entirely before Christmas as was originally planned, beginning of October. But planning for the live bit with Dustin, we kind of fell behind on that, so we just decided let's start it on Halloween there. But that'll be good. We got some neat stuff at the end of that as well, so Fright Before Christmas. Speaking of which, Five Nights at Freddy's 2 is complete.
Yep, just the last video.
About 3 hours ago, as of this moment, as we record this.
That game, I think episode 10. No, episode 9.
Yeah,
this is the first night of.
Almost got it in one try. That was amazing. Did I ever tell you were off by
7.25 seconds?
Yeah.
I think it
in
said.
fact, slightly less than 7.25.
And then I got so worked up that it just took me so long to get back into the right mind frame of doing it. Part of that video, I had John feel my pulse. And it was like going crazy. Like I was really nervous and scared playing that game.
God.
Way more than the first game. And like the jump scares didn't get me. It's just so much happening at the same time.
Right. I mean, granted, by the end, you figured out a pretty good rhythm of here are the 3 things you have.
I did go back and watched a 1020 play game.
Yeah.
Not Markiplier's, but
Markiplier's was hard to keep up with. I couldn't entirely follow that one. Okay.
Which is just the run. This is how you do it. And what's interesting is what it looks like he does is he basically just stays cam 11.
Yep.
To wind the thing up
until something shows
one
up.
One of the animatronics will knock you out of the screen.
Yeah.
And you just go straight to the mask. Flash the hallway and go right back into cam 11 to keep rewinding it. Seems like the whole thing. There's a lot going on. And there's a lot of RNG in that game, especially
attack you fast enough, and the animatronics attack you fast enough out the oncoming dudes.
I wouldn't say PTSD from Five Nights at Freddy, only because the victory felt so good. For 2 hours after we finished that game, I was just charging back and forth, just punching
like a rhino,
because I felt so good about getting that game done.
Oh god!
So
But yes.
Until the first episode, and then we'll get all freaked out.
I think
again.
I think 3 will go better than 2. Judging by how 3 is meant to work, I think
I don't know
it'll
much about it at all. So
I mean, all I know about it is
I've gone into all the games.
a much bigger part of 3, but you only really have one animatronic to keep an eye on.
That's weird.
So yeah, it's like an inversion of 2. I think is kind of the idea. 4 is going to make us poop ourselves a lot of time near each other.
I've seen a couple like quick clips
Yeah.
of how scary the animatronics look.
Those are goddamn horrifying. I can definitely recommend a run. Actually, the regular Let's Play with him is fine too. But his 420 good.
Better yet, watch ours.
Yeah, watch. You gonna do a 420 run?
I don't know.
Gotta get that rhythm of 6 down.
If I get some practice, I feel like I feel like I
light door, Foxy.
Yeah,
down.
I have to go back. I'm pretty sure I could do 1. Oh, I don't know. It is hard easily.
Yeah.
But I got into a good rhythm with 1. I got into a good rhythm with 2, but G based, so it'd take a while. But I think I could do 2.
Yeah. 1 seems a lot more.
I could definitely. I think I could definitely do night 6.
You could definitely do it on 1. 2 might be a little tricky, but I think the rhythm you got down from night 4 and 5 would be enough.
Yeah.
The third one's going to be interesting. The fourth one, preemptively terrified about.
Yeah.
We almost cut off our gameplay of 2 from it last week because 3 was the third night was taking so long.
The like just mechanics of that game seemed so. It was such a mystery to us until we kind of figured it out.
Yeah, and I mean, we kind of vocalized that too, where like it seemed like it was so random and so hard to figure out the patterns of.
It is much more random than the first game.
Yeah.
By a lot.
Oh, yeah. First game is pretty much off, but it has to happen in a certain order. So Bonnie and Chica ultimately are pretty easy to deal with, even in the harder nights. It's just a matter of check the doors and they're there, you know?
Yeah.
But Fred, pain in the ass as you go on.
It's also, the first game is less actions. Like, you check the camera and you flip out it. Five Nights 2, you have to open the camera, rewind the music box, the camera, put the mask on. There's so much more actual clicks and actions you have to do.
I think 3 has more action traps, basically. So we'll have to see how that goes. But yeah, the next game that we're going to do, the next game we're scary and a little less jump scary and a little bit more like deep-seated.
Working.
Yeah, as soon as we can get it working. If we can't get it working, we've got some alternatives that we can try. But we'll see how that goes.
Hopefully you guys are enjoying scary games.
Yeah. Do you guys like Shadowgate? I felt bad being like it's a rare case where I know nothing about a game and John and Dustin know like everything about the game.
Yeah. And just like berating you the whole time.
Right?
Like, I can't believe you did that wrong.
I mean, once it got to the point star on the dragon, it's like, okay, at this point, everything is up for grabs. Anything is a potential solution. And Dustin's making fun of me, like, why would that work? I'm like, I don't fucking know.
Nothing makes sense at this point.
It's worth a try. I mean, it was over pretty quick, too. Like, now that I know how the game works and I know what generally the solutions are, I could probably beat that game if I really, just
it's all about knowing what actions to take.
Yeah,
or like
exactly.
what solutions to the puzzles are. Once
in the same way as Phoenix Wright. That's something I've wanted to do on this channel for a long time, but I can't play it.
Is that a plan for us to play Phoenix Wright?
It could be revived the point and click adventure. In like just all around in the entire world, because it's broken out in 2 parts. There's first you go and like you help investigate the crime scenes. You look around, and this is where point and click. You're checking for clues, different things in the room, interrogating people, and then you're in the courtroom. Dialogue tree based stuff and presenting evidence, and it's a really.
I think you've told me a little bit about how it's dialogue tree based. So
it's an impressive take on point and click adventures that sort of created its 9 games in that series by now. But I've played it so much that most of the surprises are.
You wouldn't be able to play it on the channel
exactly.
If you had someone new.
So
apparently, some people seem to. I'm sorry. Like
just gesture in front of the microphone.
Right, that makes sense.
Yeah.
People enjoy watching watching Dustin give you a hard time about it.
Yeah, so. I guess so, right?
We'll have to let Dustin do that more often.
Oh, man. Oh, no, Rick is once again planning a new D-pad Super Let's Play. You guys have no idea.
Yeah. We have...
2016 is going to be a good year.
Well...
It's going to be
busy.
A good year.
It's going to be a busy year.
It's going to be a good year. But that is neither here nor there, and you guys will be hearing more about those plans as they approach.
Actually, Dustin talked about it a little bit on mic during some other game.
Yeah.
But I was playing the DLC, got to the last boss, having a lot of trouble with him. Dustin comes and sits next to me and just makes fun of me the entire one-shot the boss with as soon as Dustin started giving me a hard time. That was like shit at this game. And so maybe.
That's always the way. You can do something crazy in front of people and be like, I have to prove right now.
I usually have really bad performance and anxiety. Like test taking and like anything. If I'm trying to like show someone how to do something, it's like, oh yeah, you just do this. I'm like, or like just typing like stupid shit. If someone's watching me type, I type worse. Like all sorts of.
Because your thought process is kind of split between what you're doing and is thinking. So like, it's easier to get to.
Yes, that's true.
And I mean, we've noticed that we all kind of do that on the channel too. Is like when we start playing stuff, more often than not, we tend to be objectively worse at the game we're playing because we're thinking about the commentary at the same time. And that's why Freddy's 2.
I basically didn't talk throughout all of Five Nights at Freddy's.
Some of the more extreme games that we play that are more like, timing and really quick, fighter because we're trying to, do our thing and focus.
But I mean, other games like Fallout, I thought had great commentary because it's just, it's not really timing precise or anything. You're kind of running around and doing your thing.
Yeah, there's a lot of time in between stuff you have to pay attention to where you can just kind of comment on whatever's going on.
Right.
Which it'd be nice to try doing some more Fallout at some point.
Yeah,
I don't think it's done by any means. I think it was something we wanted to get some stuff out right as. Oh, we dropped a couple frames, but we should be back. I think
it's just Wi-Fi. Sorry, guys.
There's not a lot that we're gonna be able to do about it, unfortunately. Not this time.
They were saying before. You guys were saying before that I'm looking at the chat now, but it's the mic. You guys were saying before that the audio was good, but the frames were skipping. Is that still true? Well, that's still true.
So on our
audio
screen,
is what's important. You really want to hear our sultry voices.
Here on our thing, it tells us drop frames.
Total of 180 drop frames.
Yeah, and that was all like in one go. So I think it was just we're back. But yeah, Fallout. I don't think we're done. It was mostly a matter if we wanted to get stuff out while it's brand. People seem to like our stuff with that. People watched way more of our character creation video than they did of episode 1, which was very unexpected to me. But
yeah, we'll just make characters all day.
Yeah, fuck it. I mean, there's a lot of I made. I don't even know. I made fucking.
You know what we could do? We make a character for each member of the D-pad. Right?
That would be pretty good.
Right?
Because we got a Dustin. We got Dustin Mick. What was it? Dustin
Punchington. Von Punchington.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah.
I still call him Dustbin. But yeah, we could do everybody.
Dustbin,
man. And I'd be
internet personality Ben Mooney.
Yeah, I guess so.
As long as it fits.
Or I could be Rickshaw. I don't know. Fallout, I think we'll probably come back when we have time off and on. We're not making any promises about when. This whole fall into the winter is a pretty complicated time right now.
Yeah. It was kind of an extra, I mean, we said it 100 times. It was an extra kind of off-the-cuff project that we did. And, if we get back to it, I would love to because I enjoyed it. But we have limited time as it is, so.
In a similar vein, Triforce Heroes. Hope you guys are enjoying some. The plan is... no. The plan is through, and we're booking it through pretty quick. Rough estimate, I'd say we're probably done with it before January. We have a calendar on the wall.
Very large calendar.
Yeah, I'd say we're probably done. Probably sooner.
It's nice to have CJ back in the room.
It is.
All of the Mega Man stuff, which I don't.
It's not that he avoids it. He has work most Sundays.
Don't spoil it.
So.
I haven't seen it yet. I haven't seen whatever intro that is.
Yes, Ben Mooney.
Never mind, I have seen it.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
To explain that, but we put so much stock into it that we kind of had to see it through.
Yeah.
The day that Wily Wars ended was also the Monday immediately after Triforce Heroes. Play Triforce Heroes that weekend, get some videos ready, and basically there was going to be either that whole 6-minute, 8-minute video, however long it was going to be... that's fair.
It's right here.
Yeah. If... We were going to take that entire thing and either have it be the ending of Wily Wars, announce Triforce Heroes, and Monday was going to be Triforce Heroes, or we were going to have it end like a normal thing, but then we were going to have that and just lead right into Triforce Heroes. Yeah. But you can't have, an 8-minute short video lead into a Let's Play. Like, that's a little hard to... That's a hard sell. Yes, but we're explaining the games that
Oh,
we're
well,
immediately
that's true,
playing.
that's
That's the
true.
thing. Educational tool.
Yeah, the video was just kind of like, oh, by the way, Triforce Heroes.
Yeah.
So.
I wanted it to be the outro of Wily F. Oh, here's Wily Wars. Oh, and here's this weird ending with a lot of time travel stuff happened now too, and then end with the usual bing bong, bing bong, bing bong. It was like, it would have been so good, but the timing, happy to get it out at all.
Just a little.
Yeah, no, I see that. Oh yeah.
BM is also abbreviation for bowel movement.
Yeah.
So have fun with that guy.
Bowel
IP
movements.
bowel movements. Yeah.
Yep.
I had to abbreviate my Twitter to IP Ben Mooney because internet personality Ben Mooney doesn't fit. So just IP Ben Mooney everywhere.
You can be internet
personality bowel movement. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, Triforce Heroes is good. So future, I think for the sake of sanity, this spring there's a lot of just a fucking pile of them.
Like what?
For example, Mighty Number 9 comes out on February 9th.
That's big.
And we are absolutely going to be playing that at launch because we've been waiting for it since September now.
Yeah.
Which we may do a video about, but I don't think we're going to replay Twilight Princess. Especially not right now. We've got so much stuff happening this spring.
We also have that mask, so.
Yeah, Majora's Yep, that all kind of fell apart. It wasn't quite what we planned. There's really no need for us to replay remade games.
Unless you really, really, really want us to.
If you guys are desperate for us to do Twilight Princess HD,
no.
then we can. But yeah, so. However, later on in March, we're getting Hyrule Warriors Legends, and that one we are going to play. I mean, it is a new campaign. There's new everything. There's new characters that you can transfer over to the Wii. We're going to do the real thing. And yes, I saw the comments at the bottom. Dark Souls 3 is going to be something about that on the channel. We don't know what yet. John is gearing up for some
He
stuff.
wants to do a lot of stuff with me, not with you.
Not with me.
Just with me.
And I'm welcome, but I'm not.
We do have another setup for recording, specifically for that sort of kind of.
Yeah.
And we can do like actual Soulsborne kind of videos. That would be great.
And I'm still bummed that we lost a while back, about a year ago. We recorded. I think I've talked about this before. 5 half-hour episodes of me playing Dark Souls 1, and it took to theoretically be the first boss-ish character.
Oh, it definitely was the first boss.
That was the first thing at the bottom and everything, so that makes sense. But yeah,
it was frustrating. Frustrating.
Fun-strating is probably where the division of that word goes. John and Ben were having a grand old time. I was having some difficulty with it.
It's also frustrating to watch and not enjoy it. You know?
Yeah, many Mega Man games, John. You've only put your hands on a couple, and the ones you have been thoroughly enjoyable. I think episode to leave a room was the best one. Oh man, yeah, I would too. We recorded it about, I want to say, 2 weeks before the old hard drive crash. Lost us, me, John, and Meg playing. You Don't Know Jack. It lost us.
Oh, those are great.
Kirby
too.
Superstar Ultra. It lost us most of. I don't think it's entirely dead, but CJ did another Elite Four battle set. There was really, a lot of stuff on there.
Some of our best work
ever. Never come back again.
Gone.
Yeah, it was a huge bummer. I was so upset.
That content would probably get us millions of views.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
And we'd be very famous. We watched the YouTube Rewind earlier today. Oh, I didn't recognize nearly as many.
Just you wait until the next game.
Just you wait until the next game, because wow.
Yes,
I enjoyed it.
I can't wait to see
I
your
did.
comments.
Oh God.
Specifically.
It was a sad time. But yeah, this YouTube Rewind, I only recognized first 3 minutes of that entire video. I guess I'm just not keeping on. Oh no, I was talking about.
Oh yeah.
I recognized Superwoman, and then that was it for 3 minutes. Someone said that there were a lot of gamers represented in there, so maybe it's just gamers that I don't watch, that I don't recognize. Yeah. I recognize Markiplier, and then I think the guy next to Markiplier, I swear I've seen before, but I don't remember. There was some 5. There was a nice hole of YouTube.
Is that a real thing? Final Fantasy VII is being released in 3 separate fully priced
I don't know.
games?
It's unclear. They haven't really specified.
If they did 2, I could kind of see 2 separate games, and you got to get both of them.
So,
but 3 just seems crazy to me.
The suggestion about it so far are there are 3 possible situations that are going on in order of worst, really breaking it into like 6 or 7 episodes, and you're gonna have to pay for each of them separately, and it's gonna be a big pain in the ass. In this day and age, Final Fantasy VII is one of the most weird and probably one of the most influential in terms of what it did for RPGs. And it definitely gave the PlayStation some legs that it wouldn't have had otherwise, for sure. Absolutely. It's probably
look at
a good PlayStation got big in the first place.
The golden age of RPGs.
Yeah.
And
the
Final
90s
Fantasy
as a whole, really.
Kinda...
So I feel like it's doing a serious disservice to one of the most highly... granted, they did... So Final Fantasy IV... The After Years was also episodic existing game. It was one that was made for that. It was done similar to Dragon Quest IV, where characters you follow through each chapter. But 7 doesn't really do that. You kind of have your party and it grows organically. You have 3 hours with Yuffie by herself. Is it Yuffie or Yuffie? I cannot even remember. Yuffie? I don't know. I used to say Aerith. It sounds stupid.
That's because we got Aerith, and Aerith just sounds like a lisp.
It does.
If we had heard Aerith first, I bet it would be fine.
Yeah.
But now,
I don't know.
Maybe I'm wrong.
But so, Final Fantasy. So, least acceptable. I think the most acceptable one, the best one would be, is if they were actually re-releasing or remaking the entire comp, each of those as episodes of an overall, like Final Fantasy VII isn't just 7 and all those other pieces,
like the Cerberus thingy.
With Dirge of Cerberus, Crisis 4.
That'd be
before Crisis, and there was one more.
I'd be okay if they did like added extra content, but if it's just Final Fantasy VII that we all played through, and they split it into like, there are 3 discs of Final Fantasy VII.
That seems to be the most likely one. Is they're literally just gonna make it each disc is its own. Just give us the fucking game. Like, it's so unnecessary. The episodic can be useful, but not for a game that already existed in the way that it did.
3 fully priced 6 discs, like,
what would have worked? Like Final Fantasy
or
VIII
downloads or whatever.
Final Fantasy VIII, I could actually see work because there are parts in the game. Usually, when you change discs, where literally the entire world is different in a fundamental way.
And they could flesh out each chapter of that game too, and give more to it.
Like disc 4, the world is basically destroyed, which sucks because once you get into disc 4, you're just unexpectedly like, I can't do anything anymore. Yeah, you're just stuck in the end game into disc 4 until you're definitely ready for it.
Yeah, big spoiler.
Yeah, right.
VGAs, I only saw that Konami did not allow Kojima from attending, and I saw announce that to people, which I thought was good. At least they called him out on their bullshit.
Yeah, that is amazing that they tried to do that in the first place, and that they then actually did it. Like, there's so much wrong with that. Like, I can't even think of. I don't even know. That'd be like no.
Yeah,
can't think of anything.
It's pretty shitty to treat a guy who
Konami would not be worth right now if Kojima hadn't been around. Like, they Castlevania is, guys.
Castlevania died with the 64 game, as far as I'm concerned. Like
franchise. Like, was it Lords of Shadow? Is basically an entirely brand new canon is gone.
PS3?
Yeah, I think so. And I think Lords of Shadow 2 is PS4. Game was
decent.
I don't know. Yeah, Konami told Kojima legally that he would attend. Like, that's unbelievable. Like, what? If he went, were they going to sue him? Like, how is it supposed to work exactly? The good news is, apparently, Guillermo del Toro, Norman Reedus, I think Kojima, and possibly Junji Ito
talking about PT?
Are re-collaborating. Like, because, PT...
Which is another, what the fuck? That looked amazing.
And then Silent Hill's getting abruptly just destroyed out of nowhere. Himself is that those 4 guys are actually still getting together to work on Souls, but they can't be legally prevented from working together.
Doing a project,
So, Guillermo del Toro. Bill the Bull.
Billy Bull.
Guillermo.
I'll pay money to witness anything he'll ever make.
Mirror's Edge also? Or am I insane? I thought that he was involved with Mirror's Edge, at least the first one. Because it was one of the first games that was like a cinematic video, like cinematic involvement. But yeah, now Konami is working on pachinko machines and everything, and it's a fucking mess. Konami is crashing and burning, and they're doing it to themselves.
Yeah, I just don't get it.
So yeah, I don't know. I think putting Batman and Witcher in art direction or not. Frankly, all right. Here's the thing. For what it's worth, across the entertainment industry, but most award shows are kind of bullshit to begin with. A lot of them are popularity contests. A lot of them are rigged, just because they want. There are some people who are behind the scenes want certain things to win. That's just kind of the way of things. Yeah. It's hard to, there's not a lot that me or you can do about it. We could not participate in it, but we don't participate. We personally don't participate about it. I don't know. It sucks.
I didn't watch the VGAs, so I really don't know. Put that in perspective and see what you guys are talking about. Honestly, so, yeah. Unfortunately.
Related news. Speaking of awards and such, our Padlock, our Pokemon Omega Nuzlocke run, is actually up for an award at the We got nominated for the off-screen for best video run and best miscellaneous run. I don't know if we're at that yet, but I don't see why not. The nominations are being on Saturday, and they were trying to get a hold of me since last week to get some details on the series for it. So I sent them an image to use.
I guess if people can vote, we'll let you know to go vote for us. Hey,
I don't know how that voting thing. I always feel guilty about the shit because it's like there was also the I think Creative Collective were the guys that did the YouTuber like trailers online, and I've submitted our channel in there. I think we're still in the. I always feel bad because anything where it's like, hey. You need votes to win. Thank you, guys. It's one of those things where it's like, part of me wants to just go like, yeah, go on Twitter, jump on YouTube, make a video, go vote. But I always feel like that's kind of shady too. I don't know.
I don't think it's shady. It's kind of.
It's probably it is sort of shilling. I don't know.
But like you guys are our fans anyway. Like we're just letting you know, like, hey, if you want to go vote in this thing because you like us so much.
There's no link yet. The voting thread won't be up until Saturday, but when it is up, I'll throw it in the description for this video.
Or we'll talk about it on whichever.
Yeah, it'll get brought up again. It's gonna be running from the 12th to the 26th, though. But yeah, so that'll be kind of cool. That's probably our most successful Pokemon thing we've done so far, because Fire Red and Leaf Green had hiatuses in the beginning on Fire Red, and then it was just kind of awkward. Leaf Green 2 years later, and we didn't have any face-offs and all that stuff. And then we had Retron broke, and all that shit. X and Y was very good too, but that run that it kind of became a bit of a problem. Also, though, it's the 20th contest. X and Y was 2014. Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire started November 2014 and ran.
It's a long
series. Yep. And then we ended X and Y. Kind of neat, but. Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire was one where it was basically we got to try out all sorts of new stuff that hadn't been in any of the games yet, and then our matches weren't decided until the very, very end.
Right,
we were neck and neck through that entire thing. As people vote for them, letting it's like an election, and old men do that every 4 years. Yeah. Speaking of which, go out and vote, guys. Whoever you want to vote for, go. The more accurate our elections are, the easier it is to tell what kind of a country we got, man.
Yes.
Also,
the more people, the more likely it is that Bernie Sanders will win.
That's probably true. And the more people we can tell Trump to go fuck himself.
Yeah.
We're not going to get into that on this. We try to stay away from politics.
They make predictions. The predictions. The more people that actually go and vote, the likeliness of Bernie Sanders.
The place IU, though I don't remember what the actual place is. I want to say it's like Wisconsin or something.
Yeah, they accurately predict it like every single time.
Everything for the last 40 years they've gotten all 10 elections completely correct. The only time they've ever gotten anything wrong.
This is only 10. That's really not a large sample size.
No, but elections are there. They've gotten the press 10 times in a row. They also usually get the candidates correct before they've even been officially chosen half the time.
That's pretty
good. The only one they seem to have gotten wrong was Obama bringing in Biden as his VP in 2008. They predicted Edwards, but that was before all the weird shit happened with it.
I don't know.
But yeah, I don't know.
I'm not a politically...
I'm of the opinion that the Republican Party deserves better candidates than what they've got. There's good ideas on that.
Like is he the front runner right now?
It's between Trump and Carson, but both of them are fucking.
I don't actually have anything to say. Except that reaction. Anyway, let's talk about some
let's
fucking
talk about
video
other
games.
shit. Since we're on Pokemon, also,
Yeah, a lot of
Gen 6 is
Pokemon.
over forever now. Since
Is it officially no Z?
well, no, not until next
Oh.
week. Next week, there's going to be some kind of announcement. We don't know exactly
Well,
what.
next week we'll find out.
Yeah, we'll do a reaction
Officially.
video to the Pokemon videos to stuff, and we haven't had a chance to, unfortunately, so we had to
God.
let them go. There was some
We
good
need to,
stuff.
I would love to not have to work.
I know.
And just do this. Because, like, you miss the window of opportunity
Right?
for
It's
those
so
things.
small. The Japanese kid streaming who lit his house on
Oh,
fire.
that was ridiculous. Oh, my God. I forgot about
Nana YouTube, Shirley Curry.
I don't know who that is.
She was like the 87-year-old
Yeah.
who loves.
I didn't even watch the
Games
video
on
because I wanted to
YouTube.
wait for the reaction.
Right?
gotta
I haven't
back
seen
in
it
and
either.
see it now.
The Dark Souls 3 trailer we were going to try to do, and then we decided not to because
Fuck. I can't wait for that game.
I got to try to get into it. It's a great one to do
Yeah,
a reaction
Cloud for
video
Smash.
too. I was on the train to work, and I hey, Pokemon Red, Blue, and Yellow are being released on the 3DS.
Yeller.
He was like, yay,
Red, Blue,
awesome.
and Yeller.
And I was going to post that on Facebook, and as I was posting it to Facebook from my phone on the train, I'm scrolling to the top and I see of like Cloud storms into battle. I'm like, yeah, right. And then I scroll up and there's another one about it. And I immediately went back to Twitter and like, because it was all live tweet stuff. So like 38 million tweets in a row were like, what? And I was like, I had to step off the train and just like stand for a second. I was like, is that even possible? How can that even, like, he's been on exactly 3 games on Nintendo, 2 of which, 1 and 2, and then the last one was some weird, I don't even remember what the was Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories.
Yeah. I mean,
So not
They have-
exactly a ton of representation, like Nintendo, for sure.
really?
Yeah, they the Metal Gear Solid games wound up on GameCube. From what I understand, they were actually improved ports plus more stuff. So generally speaking, the GameCube versions were apparently better.
Twin Snakes was the one they did Metal Gear Solid 1. I remember
Yeah.
that, but I don't remember the other ones being remade on GameCube.
They made, I think, the first 3 wound up all with GameCube. And then they
We should do
they
Metal
did
Gear
like a
Solid,
collection.
though. We should do
Metal.
Metal Gear
I would love to
Solid.
do
I love
that.
those games.
Maybe there we
Oh,
go.
they're so good.
2017, Metal Gear Solid, the Metal
The
Gear play,
solid Let Play.
solid Let's Play. We know Genesis and NES
Of course,
stuff.
you would go all the way back to the beginning. When
Yeah, we make the Metal Gear Solid weird ones that came out when they said Metal Gear Solid was over the first time around, like the ones on the PSP and stuff.
Dude, let's do Hideo.
Hideo, I think would. It's all kind of mushy.
Let's do him some justice and play
Some
fucking
Kojima.
all the games, just the ones he was involved with.
Let me do that. He's only made 4 games. Weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, we can. Cloud's been sold as an emo shit character by its own company for too long. I mean, just watch that. I hate Advent Children. Terrible. The first like half to 2/3 are actually pretty decent.
Yeah.
And then my favorite thing is still probably the Shinra president with Genova.
I remember.
I guess mild
Rufus-
spoilers, so block your ears for a second.
It's
But
been out for a while.
the one in the wheelchair,
Yeah, Rufus.
he's just got the blanket over, and Genova kids come to attack him. He's sitting by this giant like bay window on like the 90th floor, and he pulls away the blanket and he reveals that he's had Genova's head literally this entire time in case that way he
is
could,
that what it was?
because he was like, if they ever wanted this, they're gonna have to come. Like it's not just going to be locked away somewhere where they can get it. This time it's like
literally
a
in my
personal
lap.
like yeah. And then he throws like, well, you came for me, so it's time to destroy this. And he goes to destroy Genova's head. I get it the last second, but like that was probably my favorite thing of the pretty sweet fucking gambit right there. Being like, oh, you want it? Come and get it. Like. Because he had because he had a backup plan for himself. He just had to stick with it until the last possible second because he had like stuff set up to catch him. But yeah, so that, and then the ending, it's like, oh look, it's Sephiroth again.
Yeah.
Great.
I mean,
I happen to think Sephiroth is a thoroughly overrated bad guy. Super overrated. Partly because everyone characterizes him as this cold, stoic, just ultra badass, and it's like, he's kind of just this psychotic mess for the most part. He keeps his cool only when he's not actively thinking about what makes him like him. I don't know.
he's not like intriguing really.
Yeah, he's one
doesn't-
experiment that survived, and that's
Super deep as a character,
Right.
but I don't know. He looks cool. Like he is that like stone cold killer kind of badass. But
I think if you want deep bad guys, you have to look to.
Kefka,
Final Fantasy IV
Kefka
has some
wasn't
good
a
stuff.
deep villain either. He's just crazy.
Yeah.
Like he was a good villain.
He's a good villain.
He's not like
but
bad.
He's not deep. I'd say Final Fantasy X has some good villain stuff in there, just because the story winds up being so much bigger than it seems like it is.
All I'm saying is you don't have to have a villain to be good. Like Sephiroth still worked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
It's a lot of emo and punk stuff.
The Turks, yeah.
The Turks
are actually great.
The Turks are great, and they were actually fantastic in Advent Children.
They were relatable.
Yeah.
They were still bad guys, but
the Turks were The Turks are probably the best thing to come out of that game.
Yeah.
Honestly, I love bad guys that have actual like characterization to them. You know, games where they kind of just shoehorn it in for no reason are always kind of silly. But when there's an actual arc happening, I kind of like that. I'm always a fan of games where the bad guy joins forces with you for a little while, and it's like, look, I don't like this either, but we kind of have to do this. But that was kind of cool. More Pokemon stuff because Ben has to leave pretty soon.
Yeah, sort of, kind of.
Yeah, I just don't want us to be like, whoops, we forgot all this stuff.
Yeah. Super Mystery Dungeon.
Super Mystery Dungeon.
Watched, but apparently is decent.
It's a roguelike Pokemon game,
and John hates it.
I, however, a very thinky game, which I know John's not super big on. Come back. Our schedule's pretty tight.
If
we
continues, I'll play it.
Yeah, I mean, we're starting up this weekend, and I want to make sure Kingdom Hearts gets off kicking and goes somewhere, and we actually have fun with it. Off for so long, but
we did.
Getting it together was a little bit tricky as far as we had recorded before and we didn't have. Because we forgot that the PS3 has hardware-based HDCP, so there was no way.
I didn't
at
forget.
all.
I had no idea.
Oh, I had heard about it a while back, but I forgot. This Saturday, so keep an eye out for that. Pokemon Insurgents, it's all odds, and it's actually getting quicker. We have recorded. I believe the last time we recorded, I'm actually in the 4th gym right now, so we're moving a little quicker than we had before. So, according to the suzerain, the game is expected to be completed in the early spring. So we'll see how things go until then, assuming I survive that long, assuming I survive through the 6th.
Every episode, something could like wipe you out. Maybe not every episode at this point. Like
now it's getting levels up.
Most trainers, Fibonacci can take care of if things get rough.
Yep.
But the gym battles are still pretty... Oh, I don't know. When was the last gym battle?
The last gym battle was the one against Flying and Dragon dudes. And then I fought Rayquaza.
I didn't see that.
I don't think you were there for that one. I think it was just me and Smash.
I would love to play more Smash.
When
I'm
Cloud
always
happens,
up to play Smash.
When Cloud happens, you better believe there's going to be more Smash. Which reminds me, our 2000th video is coming up very soon, and I don't know what we're going to do for it yet.
Smash.
Our 1000th video, we had the entire team, I think 8 of us playing
2000th video, we should play Melee around 2000.
That's a good point.
2001, I think.
If we could find a way to get more than 4 players in on it. Because I want to make sure that video is nice and big and...
I don't know how you'd get more than 4 players.
I know. I don't think there is any way to do it, which is a bummer. Project M is gone. Word on the street is they decided that the risk was becoming too high.
Yeah, I saw, since we were talking about Final Fantasy VII, is that since Cloud is appearing on Smash 4, that Square Enix looked at Nintendo and said, hey, you guys can't even keep your own IPs unlocked. How can we trust you to put Cloud on your, in your game?
Yeah, but they announced Cloud before they,
I don't know if that's the truth or not. More stuff has come out saying that, the dev team, PMDT, was talking to a lawyer, and the lawyer said, Nintendo doesn't have to hit you with a C&D. They can just
sue the shit out of you, and they could have done it years ago.
And it's like $15,000 per line of changelog or something obnoxious like that. So it's like
it would be an absolutely monstrous lawsuit, and frankly, they'd probably lose. There's a lot. No, PMDT would probably get their ass kicked.
So, I can't imagine being a person in that situation, be like, fuck them, we'll keep doing it.
Yeah,
I'd be like, whoa.
Be like, okay, cool,
no, yeah.
Fine.
I'm done with this shit.
I do not have $17 million to lose. So.
It is a shame that... It's a real shame that a lot of companies still look at mods and stuff like that
Yeah.
as like a bad thing. But
I mean, it is transformative.
yeah, I mean,
So,
it's
like,
the player saying
theoretically-
we love this so much, we want to, put all this effort into this game and make this. I don't know.
I don't know. Mario Maker, yes. At the very least, we're going to do at least one more set of episodes when CJ finishes his last Mad Mario level. The problem with that is just our schedule is so busy right now, especially with both Triforce Heroes and the Fright Before Christmas running at the same time, that we just don't really have space for a 5th daily video. 4 is really a lot, too. Mega Man, but as soon as that unclogs, it's going to be back to 4 again.
So many videos.
I know. But yeah, I don't know. Smash is always. Oh, we haven't watched the Alpar. Looking at the chat, there is a Best of D-Pad 2 video. You can check it out either in the description, or you can head to reddit.com/r/dpadfm where they posted that. We haven't watched it yet because it's half an hour long. And
Is the Alpar the person who made the first one?
I think
Loved the first one, so I can't wait to see the second one.
but we didn't get a chance to watch it earlier because I was trying to rush through some editing stuff, and then it was like 4 o'clock. And I was like, well, I got to get stuff ready, so I can't do half an hour right now. But we're gonna watch it. I'm sure we'll leave some comments on there, tweeting that one out there, as well as I forget who it was that did it. I apologize. Someone also made a montage of our custom robot masters throughout the Mega Let's Play.
That was good.
Like Detonation Man and Curb Stomp Man.
Struck by Lightning
Man.
That was mine. It was
Yep.
the best of all of them, I think.
The Magenta Man. But yeah, so check those out on our subreddit and join our subreddit. My fault than anything. I've been kind of just throwing video stuff in there, and I haven't really been hanging out and chatting with you guys. Back to Baskin. Thank you. I was trying to remember. I remember the Basculin avatar first, and I was like, oh God, what's the rest of the username? Cool. Back to Baskin to the first one. I think they're actually working on a second one too. And the Alpar has number 2, so
which, what you guys thought was the best of. I think the opinions might be different, though.
It's possible. I don't know, man. Oh, you can't link it there? Say just copy the all you got to do is do youtube.com/ and then or watch equals and people will be able to figure that out. This is to these guys down here. So, Insurgents going well.
Still going.
I'm feeling pretty good about it. Assuming the game does have a level games do. We're starting to run out of room. I assume that by the end of the game I'm going to want to be level 100. If I'm fighting dudes before the 4th gym that are in their 50s, I'm probably going to need to at least be in the 80s. But I think
it would be a different way to do Elite 4 if they moved them up that high for. No actual game has been that high.
Yeah, I think the games have always been in the 70s or the 60s for the Elite 4. But yeah, I think Sierra was saying that her team is in the 70s for the 6th gym, and that was
So for a Nuzlocke, you want to be in the hundreds.
Jesus. Yeah, we'll retweet. There you go. Yeah, so there you go. Do youtube.com/that. Oh, it's so hard to do this backwards. There we go. Yeah, you got your. There you go. Oh, nope. There it is. You remember the D-Pad Steam group? Oh, geez, I forgot we had a Steam group. We originally did that because to make a video series on another channel a year or two ago, and we decided, all right, where? Because the idea was we had to make it and upload it on their channel, not ours, but we had unlimited amounts of channel and stuff. So it was all right, well, we're not going to move any of our main content. We're not going to move Zelda videos over there, but we could make a new set of stuff and put it over there, something we're not doing, and we were going to do Steam games of it either. We were going to call it Full Steam Ahead. Right now, the Mushihime-sama video is in a playlist called Full Steam Ahead for other Steam videos that don't belong to something bigger, like the Fright Before Christmas. But
yeah, I guess that's all Steam.
Yeah. So the Steam group, I have no idea what the URL name is. D-Pad FM. So if you noodle around on there, then you'll be able to find us.
Description or something like
Yeah.
that, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'll put a link in the description, and we'll put up.
Put a link in the description for everything.
We'll probably do some curating of the games we've played so far on there and stuff, and actually make it usable and useful and all that. So we don't Steam account all that often unless we're recording, but no reason that we can't jump on there now and on things.
Yeah, hopefully, the big hope would be as we continue to grow and have more time to do games and stuff that we can do more stuff like that. But
yeah, and we're trying to branch out a little bit. We're trying to make it so that like we were saying earlier, John wants to do of my recording setup, which is the first time in the history of the channel after 2,000 videos that it will be something that does not have my involvement. Like the only video so far that I have
to edit it.
He's gonna have to learn how to edit it. If he's gonna record it, he's gonna edit it. The only not like visibly present in was the B Team Smash Brothers episode. But we recorded episode 1000 right after that. But
right.
CJ was not very quiet. Me, John, and I think you were the other A Team one for there.
Yeah.
We're all just kind of quiet, laughing occasionally, but it was buried in everyone else laughing. But CJ was like, yeah, so jump over there. It's like, CJ, shut the fuck up. Like, if CJ's there, illusion ruined. Who gives a shit? Yeah. But it was like, come on, let the B Team have son, man. But so... I forgot. Oh, that's the only video that I haven't been like had
in
speaking
the
parts
video,
on. This is the first that's gonna have like I might help out with like thumbnails or tagging or something.
Assuming it actually happens.
Yeah. In the same way, like you still. I mean, I may jump in on every now and then.
I've had even less free time than I had. My work has been absolutely crazy. I'm working like 40 hours every week. I have 1 day off a week.
Yep.
So it's just getting worse. So I need to change
holidays
that
are tough,
situation.
man.
It's not specifically holidays, but yeah.
Show off my mug. It's not going to focus very well because. Oh, there we go. That's not bad.
Focused perfectly. So
from the Kickstarter for Toe Jam and Earl, Back in the Groove. I realized I'm right on top of the mic. I don't have. But I dig the mug. I like it from Human Nature Studios.
My mug is fruits.
There we
cherries and a pear.
I think it's a pear. Maybe a peach. It's hard to... I think it's a peach.
You're a peach.
Oh, let's see. What else we got? Oh, Rivals League. I think I'm the one holding it up at this point. I gotta finish up my team.
Oh,
I know what my team is gonna be. I need to finish figuring out what their moves and their abilities are gonna be and all that stuff. And work, which I think all of us have to figure out what we want for our badges. We're gonna pass that to Meg. She's gonna handle like drawing stuff up. We may try and see about turning it into either A. We can have a
for real.
Well, all right. A, so we can have in videos something we could like spin and have it actually have.
Oh, just the badge.
Yeah, the badge. Sorry.
Okay.
Although depending on what kind of costs there are at where I work, they actually do have 3D printers. So we
can badges.
Yeah, that'd be pretty sweet.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Buy our
so
stuff.
That's still coming. I don't know what the timetable on that is going to be because we got a lot of stuff to do. So ultimately, he's the best one to answer questions on that.
Most of the planning, I think, is So that's good. I think that's good news.
Yeah.
A lot of big updates for it.
For Rivals League?
For Rivals League. I've been spending some time making teams and spending time with that. But that takes a lot of time. So.
Yeah. I'm trying to think if there was any other big stuff to talk about. I mean, there's big stuff, but we can't talk about it. So, the next Patreon hangout, we're planning. I'm planning at this point. We got to get this thing back on track. We've been so late with these, and I feel really bad about it. So I think what we're going to try to do.
It's also kind of like, here's a recap of last month.
It's true. Like keeping it near the end of the month is pretty good. But at the same time, I want to be able to have it in the month that we're.
Yeah.
So I think we're going to shoot for the last week of December. So somewhere in that time to just have free time usually. Mm-hmm. So we're going to see if we can have it then, and we may see that from us and John. Try to fill it up and have a bit of an end of the year thing. Video around New Year's anyway, separate from that to just kind of hang out. I'd be nice at New Year's, separate from the hangout, to just like hang out with whoever wants to show up.
Yeah.
It'd be kind of neat.
Well, during New Year's?
Progress on, not during New Year's, but like the day, during,
Okay.
DPAD FM, I am actually starting to pull together some code to make that website actually useful, other than just redirecting back to YouTube.
T-shirts should really happen.
Yeah, T-shirts, and then figuring out how they're going to look and setting up some kind of store. If you guys have recommendations for good merch services, then that would be awesome. I think staying away, they're just so like bloated with stuff at this point. But any recommendations you guys have. Also, if you don't follow them, I highly recommend checking out Stacy and Mari have been running that channel for a while now, and they just got picked up by The Escapist.
Oh.
The two of them, Stacy and Mari, they got their foothold by doing extensive coverage on Life is Strange as that was coming out, and then repeated the process with Fallout. Actually, they jumped way into lore videos and stuff, and so all the power to you guys. I would say go check them out. 9 Minute Nails next. It's a matter of when he's free enough to make it happen. Yeah, 90 Minute Nails.
Sorry. Whoops.
CJ knows what's
Very short
coming
episode.
next. Yeah, right. CJ knows what's coming next. It's a matter of timing it out. I suspect that his approach it'll actually get a little easier because he will probably be a little bit freer, and we can kind of sort stuff out then. Nerd Dustin, I think, knows what he wants to do for his next video there. It's just a matter of planning it out. So
That's good.
yeah, everyone's got their own projects. Everyone's got stuff. It's pretty nice. Start talking to you guys about the stuff we have coming next year. It's killing me not being able to talk about it. But the surprise is important, right? I was kind of bummed that the Mega Let's Play got spoiled early because folks it wasn't spoiled for, but other folks it was, and it's not just CJ that did it too. We talked about it off and on before, but it was never really an official thing. So I don't know.
I mean, it's tough to not when we're talking about it all the time off camera, or off mic.
It's easy to forget. It's easy to we had to bleep stuff recently just because we didn't really think about where.
That starts soon though, right?
It starts very soon. Yeah.
Can you go back and unbleep it?
No.
No, bummer.
Yeah. Sorry. I would love it if there was a bleeping option on YouTube that would definitely work on computers and consoles and phones. If I was absolutely sure that it would work on every single setup, then I wouldn't really trust
just have like a little button,
right?
So like just wait for John to say something. Like, no.
How about if you wanted to eat some? I was just gonna get some pizza. Super Let's Play win. Oh boy,
we've talked about it.
The day we the day we die. I would love to do it. All right, so for what it's worth, we have considered in terms of Mario, ever going to play a complete Mario everything Let's Play. There are over 130 games. Fucking impossible. Granted, the Mega Man series is about 70 games, and we're actually making progress now. We're about 20 something games in.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I think we've played 23 games at this point.
I can't wait for Mega Man to be over.
That
sounds horrible, but like Legend of Zelda, I love those games.
Yeah.
Mega Man,
that's fair.
It's never my thing.
The thing about a Mario Let's Play is those games actually do most Mega Man games don't. Like the Legends games and Command Mission are definitely going to be long things that we're still trying to figure out how exactly we're going to present those. But Mario games actually tend to be, once you get out of the NES era, they get kind of beefy.
Yeah.
Like, if you want to play them through and not glitch through them, like even Mario hours, But what I was considering is at some point, years when we have less craziness, and we could always do like the core Mega Man series, like Mario Lost Levels, maybe Mario World, Yoshi's Island Shine, the Galaxy games, like the really like straight core series. I don't see that taking more than a year. There's only like really about probably a dozen or so core Mario games at the end of it.
They can be a little long, but it wouldn't be
right
as much.
Yeah. 2017, Mario and Metal Gear Solid. Metal Gear. Final Let's Play. Metal Gear, Jesus, that'll be
the final Let's Play. Jesus
50 years or so
would take to do all of them.
I think so. Yeah, something like that. So unfortunately, some of these things are just not feasible. Which is a bummer because I do love Final Fantasy.
Final Fantasy, I'd play the shit out of.
And I never really got into 9. And
I played a lot of 9.
I never finished 8 because my disc 4 was broken.
Video interrupted.
Video was interrupted. I don't know. We don't have any dropped frames, and we're still encoding.
We'll be back.
So I don't know.
We'll be back.
By
the time you hear what we're saying, it's fine.
Right. But part of it too is we want to make sure that the games we do are accessible, and the stuff that you watch on a day-to-day basis actually is worth kind of watching.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy would be tricky too because like we would have to cut the shit out of it.
I was gonna say if we did it,
yeah, because the problem is there's just even where there's not grinding, there's a lot of, hey, random battle, random battle, random battle. We get to the next area. See you guys next time. Like, too much of that.
Final Fantasy IX was a big game for me this year. I remember fighting Ozma, so I had max shit. So played a lot of it.
Oh, the Evil Let's Play.
Resident Evil. Yeah.
I'll let you in on this one. We were considering when Extra Life was coming around, because it lined up so well with the Friday Before Christmas groups, and just timing didn't work out for any of us, myself included. But I was trying to convince the guys that we should try to do our 24 Life or Extra Lives. Extra Life. I think it's Extra Life.
Extra Life. Yeah.
I was gonna suggest we play through Resident Evil one at a time until the time was up.
Until
basically,
we pass out.
Yeah. But it just didn't work out. Evil Let's Play may happen sometime. Maybe next Halloween. That'll be part of our big special then.
That'd be cool. We did Halloween and stuff like that.
I do want to do more special stuff. We're still trying to figure out if we're going to do like a Christmas special this year. The timing, again, is just kind of tricky. So Final Fantasy Tactics. Is that what that is? That my god. That's right. I forgot that you were doing Final Fantasy Tactics. I do love that game. We were just talking the other day about unlocking characters and stuff in there.
It's in like top 10 games for all of us. About Dustin and Ian.
Top 10 Final Fantasy games, definitely. I don't know if I could say top 10 all-time games. I'd put it in like my top 50. I've made a top 100 list way back in the day. I don't know if I still have it around anymore, or the videos where we talk, the podcasts where we talked about it. I would have to start from scratch. Spoiler: when I did it the first time around, my number one game was Portal, actually Tetris, just because of how huge of a game. I had it on a Game Boy, so yes.
Same thing.
Mario 3 was I think A Link to the Past was way up there.
Yeah. My time's running short.
Portal 2 was way up there on its own also. Episode 200 in January. Remind me when that comes around. I got to start jumping in on that.
I can fucking imagine. I would love to watch, but that's a lot of fucking episodes.
It really is. Says us, who are approaching 2,000 fucking... Actually, we are creepily close to putting out 1,000 videos. We slowed down a couple points here and there, and it wasn't really a goal. It wasn't like a thing we were shooting for, but we came very close. Judging by plan for 2016, it's entirely possible we may put out 1,000 next year. Just, I don't know, but it's been a busy damn year. We'll see how that goes.
It's good.
It's good to have a lot of stuff. So we'll close it out right after this.
Holy shit, 439 episodes? Are you fucking kidding me? 4 for us and
forever.
800 episodes.
Fallout forever. Am I right?
My beard will Fallout 4.
Yeah. It wasn't a Mixler episode. I think these were videos that we did back in Unregular Radio.
I can totally understand Foxy being burnt out on Fallout. No, I can't do any more Fallout.
Right. So, oh god, I lost what I was going to talk about. We're talking about 2016. We're talking about having a lot of videos. About 3 a day, yeah. A little under. The earlier part of the year, which is why we didn't wind up having, we didn't hit 1,000. We're probably going to be doing, 3 a day for the foreseeable future, just because of, Mega Man is going to run at least next year. I cannot imagine us finishing it completely next year. We'll probably be down to only maybe like 10 games left at that point, but fuck that.
Totally hear you, man.
Pokemon, we may take a break from in the near-ish future after Insurgents. I don't know for sure. John has expressed this on the videos. I think I've talked about it too when we were talking about it last night. We're just kind of all the stuff Pokemon is just because there's so much more thinking you have to do for a Nuzlocke than you have to do for a regular. Like if we were just playing,
maybe that's the solution. Just do Pokemon. Not worry about Nuzlocking and just play it.
It might
could be more fun, but
we'll have to see how that goes. I was gonna say before that I forgot. No, it wasn't anything there. Damn. I don't remember what I was gonna talk about. It was
very important. I'll bet it was very important.
I don't remember.
It'll come up in the next video we put up.
Yeah, I guess so.
Anyway, no, that doesn't work.
I don't remember.
Guys, remind them. Come on, remind them.
Oh man, I don't remember. Yeah, I don't know. The comment about every game in existence, like there are literally too many games to like. If you tried to play every video game, just too many at this point, it would take your entire life and then some. It's kind of a bummer because so many good video games out there. There's a lot of bad ones, but there's many good ones. I guess that's probably it then. I feel bad that I can't remember what the hell I was gonna say. It was. I remember that it was important, and it was something that I wouldn't have thought of normally otherwise. That's so disappointing.
I gotta beat my feet.
All
Get
right.
out of here.
So we'll see you guys. Again, this is our Patreon hangout. If you weren't with us live and you would like to be, head to patreon.com/FM.
Link in the description.
Yep, and you can
Zelda in the description.
Yeah, right in the description there. And yeah, you can check out what we got going on in there. Yeah, I think that's gonna be it.
Cool. Well, we got more stuff coming up. More spooky games.
Yep.
More Insurgents.
Yep. More Mega Man.
More Mega Mans.
More. We're gonna more than Zero Kingdom Hearts. More Triforce
Hearts. More Triforce Heroes.
And some new stuff coming on early in the year.
Leave you.
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah. I think that's.
Making more videos for you guys.
All right. Yeah, I hope you guys are enjoying our stuff. Feel free to we're always around for comments or whatever. If you want to, we're on Twitter, twitter.com/downrightdpad. I'm on there a lot of times just chatting. Yeah. So if you want to chill, then feel free to do editing a bajillion things.
But it'll be a really, really good video when it's done.
It is a really good video. I'm
It
excited.
involves me, so it's going to be amazing.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty damn awesome. To see that one.
It's going to be good.
And the one that's coming on later too. It's related to that. That's right. That's right.
I don't even know what that means.
There we go. All right.